Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to what we have for our evening meals in a week. Some are cooked from scratch and some we do use pre-prepared ingredients. There's just Gary and myself in the house, so sometimes I cook and sometimes it's Gary, but it's always a two-way effort. We've got 3 grandchildren and a granddog, so there's always plenty of goodies to have. Hope you enjoy what we have had this week. So the 1st of September we had air fried fillet of salmon with Jersey royal potatoes coated in dill and parsley and served with green beans. This is the salmon dish, all dished up with the potatoes, with the parsley and dill on there and the green beans. It was really yummy, this particular one. This is a salmon, it was only a small piece and it took round about 10 minutes. The potatoes, I would say they took about 30 minutes, but the recipe is in the link below for this particular recipe, especially the potatoes with the parsley and the dill on there as well. So have a look at that and you'll be able to see how I did this dish. It was absolutely dreamy, really lovely. Have a go at this and let me know what you think to it. It was lovely, and we have potatoes like that quite often, but not enough. 2nd of September we had spaghetti bolognese with just a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. No garlic bread with this one, I'm afraid. The link to this recipe is down below, so if you want to see how Gary made the bolognese, then all you've got to do is just go down and click on the link below in the description and you'll be able to find it, and have some garlic bread with it. Makes it a lot nicer. Hope you enjoy it. Third of September we had seasoned pork steak, and we had creamy cheesy gratin potatoes, a medley of green beans and carrots, and we had a generous helping of sweet applesauce and rich gravy. It was yummy. Here we have the plate of food with the pork steak on there, the carrots, the gratin potatoes, green beans, gravy and applesauce. It was a good plateful, I can tell you, but it was really nice. I'll just show you how we did it. These are the cheese gratins from Cathedral City, which we bought from Iceland. They're £4 and you get 4 gratins in the box, and I actually did 2 for Gary and 1 for me. They are quite filling, but they are absolutely delicious. So cheesy, as is all that range. Is really lovely, and I think they take about 30 minutes in the oven. So not bad, they're lovely. Did the carrots as whole carrots. They just look better, so I peeled the carrots. I only used 2 of these for one plate and 1 for the other one, so you'll see the one with the 2 carrots on. Easy meal to do and something that's just as nice as in an Italian restaurant, she says, but very nice anyway. Have a good day everybody, bye. Just wiped down the pork steaks. I've just washed them under the tap, and then I'm going to put them into the pan. So let them sit in the pan. Season them as well, so I'm seasoning them with salt and pepper. Let them sit in the pan for around about 5 minutes for one side, and about 3 minutes on the other. If you're eating the rind, then that needs to crisp up, and then they're going to go in the oven after that for around about 8 minutes. That's all I cook them for, is about 8 minutes. If you want them more than that, then cook them more than that, round about 10-12 minutes. Now we'll start to dish up the meal. So the pork goes on first. This is a seasoned pork on there. So Sunday we had a little bit of a change from a Sunday lunch or a meat and 2 veg Sunday lunch first. So first of all we've got the bacon. And then just a small tin of beans. For the September, we had a German deli baguette, which was crispy white baguette, generously filled with a premium selection of German smoked salami, peppered salami, and rich smoked cheese. And we had some crisps and snacks with that. So this evening we just weren't that particularly hungry and just fancied something a little bit snacky. So we had half a baguette each. And we filled that with the German deli salamis that we'd got. This was the German smoke selection that we got from Tesco's. So it's got a couple of salamis in there and some smoked cheese. So I popped some of that on the sandwich. Well, quite spicy, that salami, definitely. And then the smoked cheese on there as well, so we got that. We served up like an open sandwich, and then we just had a couple of bags of snacks with that. So that was all we had. Doesn't seem a lot, but the bread was quite filling, really yummy as well. So try that if you're in Tesco's. I don't know whether they sell it at other supermarkets, but really yummy. Bye everybody. 5th of September we had a grilled gammon steak topped with a rich rarebit cheese melt, served with a crispy fried egg, a grilled pineapple ring and lovely chunky chips. So this was the finished result with the grilled gammon, egg, chips and pineapple. It was so nice. These were the gammon steaks that we got from Tesco's. I think they were about £3.50, something like that. And you get a rarebit cheese melt that you can just put on the top of the gammon steaks when they're nearly cooked. So these were the chips I had. They were Tesco home style straight cooked chips, which are really nice, and I put them in the air fryer around about 10-15 minutes. And then I oiled the pan, so I used a griddle pan for the gammon. Then once that was hot, I put the gammon into the griddle pan to cook, and it takes about, if you do it for about 5 minutes one side, just leave it there 5 minutes one side and then turn it over and do it for another 4 minutes on the other side. And when you turn the gammon over, put the little rarebit butter on top of the gammon, just so that it melts on top of that. As you can see, I've got the pineapple in the griddle pan as well, so that's cooking. And then I'm going to put the eggs in a frying pan to cook the eggs, because this will have nearly done. So we're starting to dish up now, so pop your chips onto the plate. Sorry about the angle of the tripod, don't know what happened there. I obviously didn't look what was through the viewfinder. And the gammon on there, nicely seared, and it looks lovely with the griddle lines there. And then put your pineapple. You don't have to pop it on top of your gammon, you can put your pineapple and everything where it needs to go. And then lastly is your egg, so pop your egg on your plate as well. And that's it, it's all dished up. It was really lovely. The gammon steaks are very, very tasty. And just enjoy it. Just enjoy. Very easy meal to do. And it was yummy, yummy, yummy. Bye everybody. Bye. See you soon. Saturday the 6th of September we had beer battered cod and we had that with air fried chips and a pot of peas. Here's the dish all plated up for you. So the fish was from Marks and Spencer's, there's the peas and the air fried chips, which were absolutely lovely. Let me show you how we did it. First of all, I got my potatoes, so I'm doing air fried chips. So peel the potatoes and cut them into chip shapes, and then I boiled them, so parboiled them for about 6 minutes, and then I put them on a tea cloth to let them cool down before cooking. This is the beer battered cod that were from Marks and Spencer's. It were about £6.50. I had got a voucher for £5, so it only cost £1.50. But it was really nice, so I would recommend it, and you do get 2 in a pack. So the fish goes in the oven for about 38 minutes. So I did it for about 35 and it was perfect for me. Don't like it really crispy, but so I did mine for 35 and it was lovely. Chips went in the air fryer and I just sprayed them with some spray oil and then just put some salt and pepper on the chips just to give them a little bit of seasoning. And they took about 10-15 minutes. They were a bit chunky, these ones. And now it's time to dish up, so let's get a little pot of peas on there. And then as chips. And then lastly the fish on there. I'd have put a slice of lemon on, but I didn't have one. I've used all my lemon. But I did salt and vinegar, the chips, and it was absolutely delicious. And this fish was lovely. I'm sorry I forgot to put it for you to let you have a look, but it had lovely white fish in there, so it was really nice. See you later. Bye guys. So Sunday we had a little bit of a change from a Sunday lunch or a meat and 2 veg Sunday lunch. We had pork sausages with bacon and scrambled eggs, hash browns, beans and a ciabatta roll. It made a change, but it was really lovely. So these are the ingredients that we use for the breakfast. So first of all, we've got the bacon. This is Wiltshire cured back bacon and there was 8 rashers in that. Then 10 pork sausages. These were the Tesco Finest range. And then we had these in the freezer, which are from Iceland, the smashed browns. So they're a flattened version. And then we had 3 eggs and then just a small tin of beans. And these were the breads that we got. So there were 4 stone baked. It says at the panini, but we called them ciabattas, but they are classed as panini rolls. So we're putting the sausages in the air fryer. This was Gary's portion of food. I had the same thing, but I had mine a little bit later. I wasn't that hungry, so this is Gary's. So he's put the sausages in the air fryer. Now he's going to make his scrambled eggs, so the scrambled egg mixture. So he's going to use 3 eggs for this and then season it with salt and pepper. Just going to put the panini bread in the toaster, so cut it in half and then just put it in the toaster to toast. Or if you've got a griddle pan or a grill, whichever way you want to just cook them. Gary used the toaster for his panini rolls. And then it was time to put the hash browns in with the sausage to carry on cooking for them. However you want to cook your beans is fine, but we just put them in a pan. But sometimes we put them in the microwave as well. We like to trim the fat off the bacon, but if you like to cook it with the fat on, then that's absolutely fine. But this was going into the air fryer, sorry. Our air fryer is only quite small, but I know there is bigger air fryers, but we were trying to get this into the air fryer. It was fine, it was fine. So we've put some butter in the pan for the scrambled eggs. So when that's melted, just pop your eggs in there. You don't have to do them in butter, but we did ours in butter. And now it's time to dish up. So we put the ciabatta bread on there. So this has been toasted. So that's just one ciabatta roll that we've got on there. And then add the scrambled egg on top of that. And then add the sausages on there. So we just had 2. And then the hash browns. These are really nice from Iceland if you do get a chance to try them. They're lovely because you can put them on burgers as well. And then the bacon lastly as well. Then make room for the little pot of beans. That's it, doesn't it look nice? You can have a breakfast anytime, any day of the week, at any time of the day. Breakfast, lunch or dinner, it's perfect. Thanks for watching everybody. See you soon for next week's meals. Bye, have a good week.